Let's hear from Jack Grealish, who's been speaking to Everton TV, presumably sounding enthusiastic about signing for Everton.
When I had my first chat with the manager, that was the reason why I wanted to come here. Yeah, no, that was one of the reasons, probably the main reason, why I wanted to come here after speaking to him. And I even said, to my agent and stuff, I says, from now, I says, I don't want to go anywhere else. I says, if we can get this deal done, then I want to go and play for Everton. After speaking to the manager, like I said before, I've always known how big this club is, and especially playing at Goodison Park, over the years, it's been so tough. The fans, here are incredible, such a difficult place to come and play. So I'm happy, finally ready to be on their side.
I'm a big fan of Jack Grealish. I'm
Me
pleased
too.
he's there. I mean, I do like those interviews where they say, as soon as the gaffer spoke to me, this is the only place I'd wanted to be. Just imagine if he said, well, I spoke to David Moyes and then I just asked around a bit. I thought maybe Spurs could come in, but they didn't. And I thought, well, I better sign for Everton. I think it's really good for them. Let's talk to Dave Johnson from the Falcon Blues podcast. Hey, Dave, you good?
Yeah, not bad. Gents, thank you. Are you all right?
Yeah, you must be excited about this because I think Grealish, when he's the main man like he was at Villa, and look, he was great for City for a couple of seasons, but I think that's what suits him. And we saw with England under Kazi when he was the main man in that game. It really suited him. I'm sure David Moyes will get the best out of him.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I don't think there's a single Evertonian who's not excited by Jack Grealish coming to Everton. As you said, Moyes probably wants him to emulate the style and play that he had at Villa rather than what he's had at City. Where he was, and Jack even said it in his interview yesterday, wants to play without fear, wants to be getting on the front foot, get attacking defenders and making things happen at the right end of the pitch, So, yeah, everyone is genuinely excited about it. And, what you were saying there about him talking to David Moyes and stuff, that's what fans want to hear as well. You say all the right things, but he just actually seemed genuinely pleased and excited to be joining Everton, and hopefully that is something that is true.
Yeah, I heard an Everton fan on the breakfast show saying, and I'm sure you all feel like this is the first season for ages that we feel with a bit of optimism for the season. And it's understandable because what Moyes did when he came in was pretty impressive.
Of course, and that's something that we want to try and build on. I know we've lost a lot of players through end of contracts, moving on, whatever. And we have got a paper-thin squad during the pre-season, but we brought in 6 new players. We've managed to maintain keeping hold of Jared Branthwaite, Michael Keane and others where we've given them additional contracts. But then the 6 that have come in haven't come in to be bit part players. Keenan Dewsbury-Hall is going to be making a big impact. And hopefully Jack is also one of those players. But to see him, along with Iliman Ndiaye and Keaton Dewsbury-Hall as well, it is an exciting time for Evertonians, and we should be looking to, like we said, push on from where we finished the 13th last season, the top of the bottom, if you like, but then, push on further to, can we finish in the top half of the table? Can we finish in those European spots? And that's what we should be looking to do.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Dewsbury-Hall. He did well for Chelsea. He never complained. Whenever he came in, he did a good job. He scored goals. He was great for Leicester. I think he'll do a good job for you.
Yeah, again, it's a big money deal for us, but this is where the board and the new owners are starting. This is the kind of stuff that we want to see. I know we've had our ups and downs with previous owners in the past where they just throw money at everything. This seems like intelligent buys rather than going out and buying every number 10 that we possibly could in previous years. We've looked at it and gone, okay, the midfield needs a rehaul. We're probably going to be looking at another defender because of injuries and things like that, another right back because we're so desperately needing the right back. We're looking at, Tyler Dibblin at Southampton for the wing. It's all sensible buys, not just panic buys for the sake of buying.
I did the Guardian Football Weekly Premier League previews, and 2 of the panellists relegated Everton this season. I'm sorry. I don't. That's just what happened. It wasn't me. I don't shoot the messenger.
I'm not. But I find that amazing.
Well, I was surprised. I think I have them 12th this season.
I had them doing what Forest did last year, and I think Moyes said that's what he wants to do. I see that.
Yeah, I don't know. Are there any pessimists still? Because, you're going to a brand new stadium, but obviously we know there are some pessimists amongst the Evertonians. Are there any, or is it all just pure optimism, Dave?
It's optimism with a hint of, realism as well. It's going to be a tough season. We've never been in this situation before where we're going into a brand new stadium. So this is all fresh, so we've got to hit the ground running, and we've got to start picking up points. We've got to be making Hill Dickinson Stadium a proper. We've got to bring Goodison there, but we've got to get the results, if you like. It's on the players, it's on the fans, it's on the club itself to push to where we need to be. I'm not even considering relegation. I wasn't even considering it last season. We've come away and we've cruised away from relegation. We were finished on 48 points last season. Season before, we've had our lucky escapes, but the fans pushed the team through, and that's something that you can call us the great escape artist for all you want, but it would be more a case of the fans will push this club no matter what, and the fans will give everything to make sure relegation battles don't happen again. And we're not even staring relegation battles in the face at all. And I think, as you're saying there about Forest as well, that's a great team to be looking to emulate. Their results were fantastic last season. They pushed on, and they were, first, second, and third for a long length of periods in the season. If we can be anywhere near that fifth, sixth position, I think a lot of Evertonians will be very, very happy with the season. But it's all down to the team, it's down to the club and the fans to push where we need to be.
How good are the vibes about the new stadium? Because obviously we've had lots of examples of new stadiums not being easy. West Ham, Arsenal, of course. I think, Tottenham's one has been good, hasn't it? It's a great, amazing stadium.
Not too good last year.
There is that. What are the vibes about the? Somebody called it the Bruce Dickinson Stadium. What did you call it? The Bill
Dickinson,
the David Dickinson Stadium. Whatever it is. What are the vibes?
It's always going to be Bramley-Moore Dock to a lot of people, but the whole stadium in general is stunning. It's not something we've been used to Goodison for so long, so I think that still sticks in the memory. Oh well, this isn't anything like Goodison. Times move on, and we've got to move on with the times. That it's more a case of how do we make it home? And it's a stunning stadium. It's got a lot of teething problems, which we've only had 3 test events. The first time we've had a full capacity crowd was on Saturday. These things will take time to iron out. We've had all the stuff going on about the transport and everything else. It's gonna take at least a year, I think, to truly be feeling like Bramley-Moore Stadium, Hill Dickinson Stadium is home. But we'll get there. It's a work in progress, but it's absolutely amazing for the sheer scale to be built on time, almost a budget. When when Spurs had an entire year at Wembley, and we've gone from Goodison Park to Bramley-Moore Stadium without any hitches, and that's the main thing. We've just now got to push the stadium and push the club further, and hopefully because of that as well, all this investment is going to come. So we're not going to be staring PSR down. Every season there's going to be investment. There's going to be events at the stadium. There's going to be more and more for Everton in the future, and it looks bright. It looks really, really bright. I can't wait.
That's true. And there'll be a game when it happens. There'll be a win against a big team, or often a night game, and that's what will launch the stadium, definitely. The David Dickinson Stadium's interesting, though. Sun lamps.
Yeah, totally. Hey, look, Dave, thanks so much for coming on, and good luck for the season.
Pleasure, gents. Thanks very much. Speak to you soon.
Dave Johnson there from the Falcon Blues podcast.
That's good.